5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
What's up, guys? Welcome to today's video. Today I am recapping the Stanky Creek Cross Country Mountain Bike Race. This race is the Tennessee State Championship race. Basically what that means, what a state championship race is that they actually honor jerseys for the state in certain categories, like Cat 1 and Cat 2, and Cat 3 in the past has never qualified for state championship jerseys. So it's a really cool event and usually something that you really want to do well at and potentially win. They give medals to first, second, and third place. Those are USA Cycling medals. But the cool thing is having the jersey for Tennessee. It's got, the Tennessee State logo and it says state champion. So it's a pretty cool thing to have. It's a really cool thing to shoot for. I want to go ahead and explain really quick why I race in Tennessee and race the Tennessee State Championship. And this race is part of what's called the TBRA Series, which is the Tennessee Bike Racing Association. So I live in Southern Illinois. I'm actually from Western Kentucky, and I live so far south in Illinois that it literally takes me 5 minutes to get into Kentucky. Most of these Tennessee races are about 2 to 3 hours from home, whereas the Kentucky races are 3+ hours. So it's actually closer for the majority of us on Team Wooden Wave to race in Tennessee. Now there's also an Illinois series, but most of those races are 4+ hours. I'm really tempted to maybe look into doing some of those at some point just to do something different, especially now that I have the van and it makes it a lot easier to travel. But yeah, I've always raced the Tennessee series since I started racing, and our team, they allow us to be part of that series so that we qualify to race in Tennessee and win the jersey. The qualifications to actually win the jersey is that you have to either be a Tennessee State resident or on a team part of the TBRA event series. And our team we actually host a race in Kentucky for this series. So it's really cool that we're able to be a part of this. So Stanky Creek, that's the trail that we're racing here today. It's Stanky Creek Trails at Nesbitt Park, in case you're ever looking to going in Memphis, Tennessee. I've raced this trail a lot in the past. We used to do a 12-hour event here. So I think the most laps I ever did was 8. So I've done 80 miles in one day on this trail before, but it's been years since we've done that. So the trail, I had to kind of learn it a little bit still, but it didn't take me long to start having flashbacks to some of those races. And the first section here is pretty tight. However, since we've gained the BBM trail locally back in Kentucky, that trail is a lot tighter, so it's helped me work on my abilities. Now, you couldn't really see it from the start clip, but there were actually 4 other women racing against me today. 2 of the women catted up from Cat 2 to Cat 1 just recently, and one of them was a Cat 1 that I race when I go to Herbs in Memphis, and then the other one I'd never met before. So it was really cool having a lot more competition. As you know, sometimes when I come to these races, there's nobody to race against, and that's not fun at all. You have to find different reasons to race to motivate yourself, and I was really glad that I didn't have to do that for this race and that I could have a true, good race, especially with it being the state championship. I wanted to put it all out there and basically see what I could do. I'm gonna fast forward just a bit here. This is towards the end of the first lap. It seems that the battery in my speed sensor died between my warm-up and the actual race, so my mileage and my speed is actually off. I was only getting 8.5 miles per lap, where it's actually 10.5 miles per lap. So the race for me total was about 31.5 miles. I only registered 24.5 on Strava. So pretty big discrepancy when you get into these trails that are tighter and twistier and you don't have a speed sensor and you just rely on GPS. The tree cover is pretty good once you're in on the trail. So I'm coming in through the transition right here. And this year I've felt like such a noob. I've had so many problems dropping my bottles in the transitions. Like, I have a bottle holder. Luckily though, one of the dads was here. His daughter raced Cat 2. He handed me the bottle right there. Perfect handoff. Like, I just rolled right through that. Felt really good. And then I started my second lap. Not too far into the second lap, I heard Frank, my teammate behind me, and he caught up to me. Frank raced single speed in this race, so he was only doing 2 laps. And Frank actually caught up to me, and we rode the entire second lap together, which was actually pretty nice because it was kind of just like we went out and we hammered a lap together, like we were just riding as friends. Like, we didn't slow down the pace or anything, and I actually felt like we were flowing a little bit better just because there for a little bit it was like we weren't racing and we were just hammering out a good ride. And I probably went a little bit too hard on that second lap. The second lap was a couple minutes faster than my first lap, but you know, sometimes that happens. I was feeling good, and people were actually giving me time splits to the girls behind me, and I'm pretty sure I was already like 5 or 6 minutes up after the first lap. But yeah, it was a really good second lap. Just to jump ahead here into the third lap, to give you an idea, we started the race a little after 9 a.m. and since I raced for 3 laps, obviously the temperature was rising as we were racing, and I started to really feel that on the third lap. And I started to feel a little bit of the cramps on the third lap. And like I said, going harder on that second lap definitely contributed to that as well. I never fully cramped, but I got pretty close in this race, closer than what I usually do, and I just think it was due to the heat. I had a bottle for each lap, and I was taking a goo twice a lap, so I was like hitting my nutrition plan perfectly. I was running the Mortons or the Martins, however you want to say it, the 160 mix in my bottles, so you get about 40 grams from there, and I was getting about another 42 to 44 from my goo, so that was putting me roughly about 84 grams of carbs an hour, and I was feeling pretty good with that. But like I said, it was just such a hot day. The humidity was so high. It was, plus 90 degrees, so you can't run from that forever. And so I guess it was just starting to catch up to me, including the harder effort that I was putting out. But I still felt really good and really strong. So since I felt the cramps coming on a bit, I began to back off on that third lap. Also, the fact that I knew that there was a pretty big time gap, there wasn't really any point in me pushing any further into massive cramping. So I just kind of backed off a little bit, and my focus was to stay smooth and strong, but not have to push the pace to any ridiculous point. And we'll fast forward to the end of the race here. As you can even tell from the camera, like even the camera lens shows the humidity that's happening right now. So I'm coming into the finish here. I think the person who came into second place was 10 minutes and 44 seconds behind me by the end of the race. So I definitely had a really good race. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the commentary. Like I said, pretty like fast, smooth race, no incidents, no issues, no mechanicals, and that's exactly what you want, even though it makes the video boring, I guess, because there's no drama. But it felt really good, like I said, to win the Tennessee State Championship again. So thanks for watching this video, guys. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you do like these race commentary type videos, and I'll see you guys on the next video.